It's official! Dragon Age Veilguard is a disaster. A complete and utter failure. Who would have expected except everyone with a single brain cell at this point? If you could not see that Dragon Age Veilguard is not a success, wow. Wow. You will be lucky to work at McDonald's. That's gonna be probably your peak.
For those of you who are new to the channel, sometimes I look at some funny articles and just point out the ridiculousness inside of them. And today I just couldn't help myself because with one particular article that came out from an ex-Kotaku journal trying to
Ex-Kotaku! Love it.
glaze the trans Dragon Age Veilguard director, calling them the ruler of RPGs, I just couldn't resist. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT.
The ruler of they-them mechanics. The ruler of non-binaryisms. Ooh.
And Corinne Bush, the trans director of BioWare's Dragon Age the Veilguard, is in the news for being interviewed and being glazed by a failed Kotaku
Oh, look at those hands.
journal by the name of Hayes Madsen, someone who I've talked
Yeah, that does not seem good.
about previously and have listed on Kotaku Detected for being extremely racist against white people. Neff says,
Oh, that doesn't count. They have institutional power and other dumb gay stuff like that.
virtue signaling, self-hating, self-flagellating white people are the worst kind of people. No self-respect, begging for forgiveness for the sin of being white, makes
Wait. That's based. Oh, but this is not that person. Okay.
me sick to my stomach. This behavior tells you everything about them. None of it good.
Isn't this like one of those crescent stains or whatever the fuck their name is? Those guys? It kind of looks like him. Like one of them. There's two of them. It's hilarious. They're both lunatics and idiots.
And yeah, I know they're white themselves and I can't figure it out, and I'm not even going to try to bother. But their latest article, titled Corinne Bush is the ruler of RPGs, conqueror of haters, is the expected
Conqueror of haters. Okay. Also, the destroyer of BioWare should be a title.
exhaustive exercise in gaslighting to the entire gaming world. Published on Inverse, the piece tries its best to elevate BioWare's Dragon Age the Veilguard director Corinne Bush to a level of absurd reverence. Why? Because they're trans. And honestly,
Makes sense.
that's the only thing I could get out of this article. Not because the game's great, not because it brought some new innovation to the space that no one ever talked about before. No, it's because this individual identifies as a woman, even though they're a man. Which, at the end of the day, they have a mental illness, and they're being praised for that? Video gaming in 20...
Yeah, I mean, when life is this boring, I mean, you gotta find something that makes you special. And nothing makes you more special than a mental illness that, you know, half of your country seemingly has.
2024, everyone. Hit that subscribe.
But to be completely fair, the victimhood races are one of the funniest things that we have seen. So, I don't know, it's like, technically it's bad, but technically it's hilarious.
Give me a like, and check out smashjt.com for the full article breaking down this other article for its ridiculousness, because I couldn't resist diving into just how crazy it gets. Madsen's crowning of Corinne Bush as the ruler of RPGs is not only hysterically hyperbolic, but similar to the fantasy world setting, a man cosplaying as a woman with Corinne Bush is outright delusional. This year alone, we've seen RPGs like the Elden Ring DLC Shadow of the Erd Tree dominate the scene. Then we got Metaphor ReFantasio, or if you go back a little further to Baldur's Gate 3, the games that have been coming out...
Dude, Baldur's Gate 3 still has like 100k people concurrently playing or something. It's ridiculous.
...have been blowing gamers' minds. And then we have Dragon Age the Veilguard that's just like a... yeah, it's a game that I guess qualifies as an RPG, but according to...
It barely qualifies as a game. This honestly barely even qualifies as a virtue signal because how poorly it does that. Okay, I don't know what Dragon Age Veilguard qualifies as. I don't know. It's just so weak in every aspect that it does. It's just pathetic.
To Metacritic and the audience score, people aren't really loving this game very much. The Greatest Heel on the Planet said, "Sounds like a lot of cope in that article. It's not even the best RPG released in the past few months." But that's the problem.
It wasn't even the best RPG release probably the day it got released.
With people like Hayes Madsen glazing directors of games that they love because they're trans. It doesn't matter what the audience likes or what the audience wants. It's about pushing an agenda, a narrative, an ideology, making you feel like you're the one in the wrong because you...
Exactly. Because disliking something doesn't matter when the conversation is about a higher plane of existence, aka virtue and being on the right side of history. It doesn't matter if something is objectively bad. It doesn't matter if something objectively doesn't work. As long as it's on the right side of history, that thing needs to be cherished. That thing needs to be promoted, uplifted, and all the things that are possible, because it matters because it's the good thing. Not actually but through the virtue of that thing's potential capabilities or what it does. It just matters that it's on the right side.
You don't accept this insane cult. And when it comes to rating this game, the audience has spoken. Like I said, they want meaningful gameplay and storytelling.
The Dragon Age Veilguard has been now on discount 2 times.
Not thinly veiled lectures on modern identity politics. The Metacritic score for the...
They allowed people to use the character customization tool to make their characters in hopes that people will buy it. They're doing so many desperate things to make people buy this game. It's insane. Soon it's literally gonna be, okay, you can play the first 50 hours of the game for free. And then you can buy it for $3 if you feel like it. It's insane.
Audience says it all. A 3.8 out of 10. It doesn't make Bush look like the ruler of RPGs, not by a long shot. But don't let facts get in the way of a good story. The piece claims that the Veilguard's lackluster performance is the result of, get this, I know you're already expecting it, but let's go there anyway.
You're familiar with the nearly year-long hate campaign that has been waged against us as a team.
I hate campaign.
Beautiful. What? It's great. That's one of my favorite things. What the hell?
Fight for progress.
That's a woohoo from my side.
And fate for Dragon Age. Questions about BioWare's future abound, especially with the team now pivoting to focus work on Mass Effect 5, a similarly long-awaited...
Oh god, Mass Effect 5 is going to be so bad. People know it. It's the end.
Comeback for a beloved friend.
Like Ubisoft is gonna get sold for parts, whatever the fuck is left of BioWare is just gonna be put in the shredder.
Franchise. But in the immediate future, the studio has faced a different problem. A hate campaign that's put Veilguard at the center of a kind of culture war on social media, along with plenty of hateful comments toward developers and review bombing on sites like Metacritic. Because apparently if people don't like a game en masse and they want to voice their opinion, that's apparently called review bombing.
Yeah. And the opposite of review bombing doesn't exist, by the way, if you're wondering.
But if it goes towards a game that they're trying to push and promote and gives it glazing reviews 10s out of 10s, they say, look, everyone loves this game. We're all in agreement.
Yep.
Weird how that works. The hate campaign. This tired narrative reminds me of the same deflection techniques used by Kim Belair of Sweet Baby Inc. In reality, the approach is an attack on gamers themselves, portraying us as bigots rather than...
Hey, Kim Belair at least probably has a real vajayjay. It is what it is.
Concerning consumers who recognize mediocrity and want better, because how dare...
It probably smells, but at least, I mean, technically, I guess... Okay, which is... No.
We criticize something that they worked on. We're apparently not allowed to do that. Unless it's a game like Black Myth Wukong where they have an agenda to push against, then yeah, it's totally fine to pile on them. But a game that they want to push? Oh, hell no. gamers aren't allowed to talk back. In the article, Bush states, "It's hard when you have to ask the question, is this game for me? Do I belong here? And games are better for it when we can say, yes, you do belong here." Look.
No, not at all. Not at all. Look at what happened to Britain when they said, oh yeah, everyone belongs here. Knife crime. An epidemic. Hey, you know what? At least the hotel owners that are currently being paid extremely high, large amounts of money for housing people by taxpayer money, and, you know, the stab-proof vest industry is booming.
Look, if you need a game to make you feel like you belong, the reality is, you're not a gamer. There are no actual gamers out there that want to feel like they belong in a game, that makes them feel welcome in a game world.
I don't know about that take, if I actually agree with that, but hey, listen, if you are trans, there is literally no reason why you can't just make a character and say, this is me. Like, what the fuck is stopping you? What's stopping you? Nothing. Exactly.
Want to play a game for escapism and to enjoy that. If you're coming to this medium and saying, I don't feel like I'm being represented here, you are the problem. And Tycho Dragon Fan Club said, bet Bush is in therapy 24/7 over all this. Probably a good thing anyways. At the center of this mess is Corinne Bush once again, the director who has personal struggles, in my humble opinion, dealing with some heavy mental health and identity issues. And for whatever—
Let's hope the solution comes quick.
reason, they've made them central to Veilguard's marketing, and EA and BioWare had championed them, moving them forward and approving them, saying, yeah, sure, this is what gamers want. Bush states, I'm an openly queer trans woman. It shaped everything about who I am, and it's been the—
I don't even know what openly queer trans woman honestly means. These words are just salad at this point. A dick salad, but a salad nonetheless.
source of a lot of joy, a lot of difficulty, and perspective. For me, personally, one of the greatest gifts about being trans is the amount of introspection it forces upon you. You spend a lot of time deeply examining who you are and why that matters. And I would say I'm spending a lot of time deeply wondering why you're not—
Wait. Does this even fit the ideology? Why do you need to spend time and deeply examine who you are? Don't you know who you are, and that's what— How does this even make sense?
matters. And I would say I'm spending a lot of time deeply wondering why you're not in a padded room, because you don't even know if you're a man or a woman, so you just decide to play dress up, and then—
I don't know about that, Chief. I personally unidentified, that's a Freudian slip right there, as non-binary. Also non-binary. But yeah, that's the easiest thing ever. Resume, I'm non-binary, baby! That means I don't have to do anything, but I get the benefits. Pro tip.
inject your woke politic narrative into the game, trying to get to the kids. Because once again, hate to say it, but this is what they want. This is the whole insidious process of indoctrination, of grooming. They want your kids. Captain Anti-DEI says, these people have been beyond brainwashed. Hell, they've even surpassed cult mentality at this point. They're so pissed
A long time ago, honestly.
off that they've lost the power and control that they once had, and they just can't handle it. It's caused them to go fully delusional. What's most troubling is the sheer audacity of Madsen and Bush to pretend that Veilguard represents the pinnacle of RPG design. The game's focus on identity politics—
Oh, I forgot that was the point. Anyway, yeah, Veilguard, dead. It is what it is. That was Smash JT 10 out of 10. Bye.